Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, why them? Why does everything seem to work out for them? Maybe they're smarter than me. Maybe they had better opportunities. Maybe they were just lucky. But here's something I want you to understand. Success is a reserve for a special 2% of people. The difference is that the 2% who succeed are willing to do what the other 98% eventually stop doing. And today, I want to tell you exactly what that difference is. We all have dreams. We want to become successful. We want financial freedom. We want a better body, a better career, a better life. We make plans. We watch motivational videos. We create goals. And for a few days, we're unstoppable. Then life happens. You get tired. You fail. Someone criticizes you. Your results don't come quickly enough. And suddenly, the dream that once felt so important starts feeling impossible. That's where most people quit. Not because they weren't capable, but because they expected success to happen faster than it actually does. The first reason most people fail: they quit too early. Imagine planting a seed. You water it today. Tomorrow, nothing happens. You water it again. Still nothing. A week passes. Nothing. Would you dig up the seed and say, "This isn't working"? Of course not, because you understand that growth happens beneath the surface before you can see it. Your life works the same way. You might be studying every day and still not see the results. You might be building a business and barely making money. You might be creating content and getting 10 views. You might be working on yourself while everyone around you seems to be moving ahead. But just because you can't see progress doesn't mean progress isn't happening. The people who succeed understand this. They keep going long enough for their invisible work to become visible results. The second reason most people want motivation, not discipline. Motivation feels amazing. You watch a powerful video. You feel inspired. You promise yourself, tomorrow everything changes. But motivation disappears. Discipline doesn't. The 2% don't wake up every morning feeling motivated. They wake up and do the work even when they don't feel like it. They study when they're tired. They practice when they're frustrated. They continue after failure. They work when nobody is watching, because they understand one powerful truth. You don't become successful by doing extraordinary things occasionally. You become successful by doing ordinary things consistently. The third reason, people are afraid to look stupid. This one destroys so many dreams. What will people think? What if I fail? What if they laugh at me? What if I'm not good enough? And because they're afraid of embarrassment, they never begin. But listen carefully. You cannot build an extraordinary life while constantly trying to protect yourself from looking foolish. Every expert was once a beginner. Every successful creator once had 0 followers. Every researcher once didn't know the answer. Every successful entrepreneur once had an idea that sounded crazy. The difference? They were willing to be bad before they became good. So let people laugh. Let them doubt you. Let them underestimate you. Because one day, your results will speak louder than their opinions ever could. The fourth reason, people compare their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You scroll through social media, and you see someone's success, their money, their achievements, their body, their career, their lifestyle, and suddenly you feel like you're behind. But you don't see the years they spent struggling. You don't see the failures. You don't see the nights they questioned themselves. You don't see the sacrifices. You see the result, but you're comparing it to your process. Stop doing that. Your journey is yours. Your only competition should be the person you were yesterday. If you're one step ahead of who you were yesterday, you're winning. And finally, the 2% keep going when there is no guarantee. This is probably the biggest difference. Most people are willing to work when success is guaranteed. But success doesn't come with guarantees. You have to work when nobody promises you'll make it. You have to believe before you have proof. You have to keep walking when you can't see the destination. And that's what makes it difficult. Because at some point, you will have to choose. Do I go back to what is comfortable? Or do I continue becoming the person I said I wanted to become? That decision, made repeatedly, is what changes your life. So if you're watching this right now and you feel like you're behind, I want you to hear me. You are not finished. One failure doesn't define you. One bad semester doesn't define you. One rejected application doesn't define you. One unsuccessful business doesn't define you. One video with 0 views doesn't define you. Quitting does. So don't quit. Take the lesson. Change the strategy. Get back up and try again, because maybe the reason you haven't succeeded yet isn't because you're incapable. Maybe you simply haven't stayed in the game long enough. One day, you're going to look back at this version of yourself, the version that struggled, the version that doubted, the version that almost gave up, and you'll realize that person was building you. So keep going. Study, work, learn, fail, improve, repeat. You don't need to be extraordinary today. You just need to be consistent. Because success isn't about being the most talented person in the room. It isn't about having the perfect beginning. And it definitely isn't about luck alone. It's about refusing to stop becoming better. So if everyone else quits at 10 attempts, you make 11. If they quit at 100, you make 101. If they walk away when it gets difficult, you stay. Because maybe, just maybe, the difference between the person who made it and the person who didn't was simply this. One of them refused to give up. And that person can be you. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Your future self is watching. And I promise you, they're counting on you